You are now listening to Vigilantes Radio, presented by the only one media group. This is the people's choice for quality interviews, celebrities, and special guests. Hosted by Demetrius Dinny Reynolds. Call in to join the mix at 701-801-9813. For the complete archive of episodes, visit onlyonemediagroup.com and be sure to like us on Facebook at Vigilantes Radio. We welcome all. Enjoy the show. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your host, Demetrius whodini-blak Reynolds. Enjoy the show.
At dollarseed.com, all of our seeds are only $1 a pack. And we have online resources that teach you all about the rewarding hobby of growing your own plants, flowers, herbs, and vegetables. Imagine the joy you'll feel when your children actually help you harvest your first garden crop, or the pride of knowing you'll never need a florist again. Visit dollarseed.com and grow a little magic of your own for just $1. Dollarseed.com. What could be healthier?
Yo, 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 what is up, guys? Welcome to another incredible episode of Vigilantes Radio Live right here on iHeartRadio. And I'm your host, Deanie. We have another special guest for you guys, so you definitely want to stick around for that. And as a matter of fact, text your buddies, family members, or even share it on social media right now and let them know that we are about to dive deep into another interview. Before I bring my guest on, I do want to say there is a widespread and persistent goodness in this world. I know the news is not showing you that part. That's okay. Just know that it exists. If you think your world is full of doom, gloom, calamity, and chaos and mishaps, think again. There is wonderful, beautiful life that is being lived every day. As I said, I know the media, the news don't really portray that, but it is possible. It is possible. There is so much, in fact, that we take it for granted all too often. Certainly there are dangers and challenges to be considered on a daily basis. We cannot ignore that. We must stay ever vigilant and mindful of their presence. And yet, for the most part, life is awash with positive possibilities, many of which are manifest every day, day after day, after glorious day. The bad things make the news precisely because they are so out of the ordinary, or so to speak. The good things are thoroughly ingrained in our lives that we sometimes barely notice them. Yet the goodness persists, even in the face of extreme challenges. The more you appreciate all the good things in your life, the more strength you'll have to overcome even the most difficult of those challenges. Don't just count your blessings, live your blessings too. Live them today, live them tomorrow, live them in every moment and in every situation. Honor and respect the very real, the very powerful goodness that is in your life and in your world by making the best of everything that comes your way. Take that from me, Coach Deanie. That is my word, and word is bond.
Have you struggled budgeting your finances? Don't worry, you're not alone. HumbledBudget.com, that's HumbledBudget.com, is the help and resource you've been searching for. HumbledBudget.com is a personal finance and educational website with a great variety of topics when it comes to budgeting, taxes, investing, and the popular topic of FIRE, financial independence, retire early. HumbledBudget.com has a goal, and that's to help you reach your financial dreams, no matter what your goals are when it comes to finances. It doesn't matter where you start, where you come from, or where you are right now. HumbledBudget.com can help. What are you waiting for? Take that first step to the financial life you've dreamed of and go to HumbledBudget.com. That's HumbledBudget. HumbledBudget.com.
All right. Again, welcome to the show. You're listening to VRL, that's Vigilantes Radio Live, right here on iHeartRadio. And I'm your host, Deanie. Our interviews are designed to go beyond the music, news, books, art, acting, films, technology, education, entrepreneurship, entertainment, and sometimes even past that thing that we call the ego. Our interviews are designed to go behind the scenes and into the minds of these incredible human beings. You know, the ones who are out there giving it their all for me, for you, and for the world. Well. Today we have the pleasure of hosting Fresco Kane and don-kilam, the talented artists behind the surprise hit of 2023, Barz. And brand man Sean said there was no hits of 2023. Shows well how much he knows. No shots at him, but man, it's all about perspective. Anyway, Fresco Kane is a veteran songwriter who collaborated with giants like Mariah Carey, while don-kilam has recently made his mark as a best-selling hip-hop author. All right. So with that, let's welcome them to the show. Yo, what is up? Welcome.
All right, peace.
Hey, what's up, Don?
What's good?
You got it, man.
Yo, I'm here. Can you hear me?
All right.
Yeah, we can hear you now. Yeah.
What's up, yo?
What's up, man? Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate you.
Absolutely, guys. Gentlemen. So, the release of Barz took even you by surprise. What life lesson has this unexpected success taught you about embracing uncertainty?
Go ahead, Don.
Well, my life has been all about uncertainty. So, I mean, I'm ready for surprises, but I wasn't ready for a song to have so much praise as this one, though. I wasn't ready for that. Not even when we made it. I didn't even fathom really what was being gifted to me, this opportunity.
Yeah, why do you think that is? I mean, what I'm asking is, why, when you put the song out, why didn't you, like, I want to say you didn't have, like, high expectations for it, but why was the success a surprise?
I mean, it's just something that just came naturally, something that I just did naturally, you know. It wasn't really to be a huge success. It wasn't to be success or to get a lot of praise. It was just something that I did with my homie, you know.
I got you. And what about you, Fresco?
Oh, no, I was just saying, to what Don just said.
All right. So, yeah, we had Don on last week. We got a chance to dive into a little bit of his background. So I will ask you this question, man, before we get into, like, the why and how you do things. Mm-hmm. What about the reason, or better yet, that moment that you discovered your passion for creating music?
I think the moment I discovered it, well, I played instruments since 4th grade. I had to be, 8 or something like that. I started that, but I think the moment I knew it was for me is when I lied in vacation Bible study school that I could play drums. I lied, raised my hand, and they said, okay, well, let me see if you could play. And I got on the drum set and I could play. And that same Sunday I was playing in church. So it was just something that always became so natural to me, and I never had to force it. So I think that was when I really known, and that's before I started rapping or anything, but just music was just in me.
Yeah. All right. So, man, your extensive experience in this music industry, you have that. But what was it about working with don-kilam that stood out to you?
Well, it wasn't the music at first. It was just his personality, him as a person. I think the thing with me when it comes to creating is that it flows naturally. And I think me and Don, we grew a relationship first. We hung out, I took him around. He came to St. Louis and stayed with me for a little bit, took him to the malls and just took him around, my fellowhood, my brotherhood of people. And, we got to know each other before we ever stepped foot in the studio. And once we finally did step foot in the studio, I fed off of what he had, like, hey, you got any raps? Do you have anything? I got a couple beats. And that's kind of how it kind of happened. It was organically. It wasn't anything that was forced.
Absolutely. What about you, Don? You said that, you know, Fresco's the homie, but what beyond that, you know, made you really want to sit down and work with him?
Well, before even really working with him, he don't really know prior what was going on in my life. But similar situations, I believe, probably occurred to him as an artist as well. But I was actually reaching out to very well-known artists and was getting ripped off. Like, they would take your money and promise you spots and shows. So the thing about Fresco was, every time he said he was going to do something, he would do it. So I booked him. I had a meet and greet, meet my fans, and a couple book releases. And he came down there, and he actually brought Chingy with him as well. And then I just seen how he was with his crew as well. That's something that is more about unity. I seen unity. I seen the way he took care of his people. So that was something rare that I had not noticed in dealing with the artist. But he was a man of his word. Like you said, word is bond. Every time he said he's going to do it, he's going to do it.
Yes, sir. And Don, man, how does your background as a best-selling hip-hop author influence your approach to music?
It's kind of hard to transition some of your fans to music. They're stuck in their way, self-centered, I guess, because our heart is the center of us. But it actually attracts other different fans that might not necessarily read books to want to dive into business credit or even estate planning, asset protection, things of those nature. Because it all goes hand in hand with the business. Music is a business. I don't care how talented you are. If you're not a businessman or entrepreneur, your records are not gonna move nowhere.
Yep.
Man, you said a mouthful. It is a business. It's all about building, investing, taking whatever you profit and then reinvest it into your career. A lot of artists drop music and they think posting on Instagram, Facebook is it. But man, you got to treat that thing like a product. You got to find a base, you got to find a market, and then you got to keep reminding people that it's out there. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. So, how does your author influence play out in the creation of Barz, which is the song that we'll play a little bit later on?
I think outside the box. The flows are three-dimensional. You know, I make you think. It's all about a message, bringing a message. You know, hip-hop's higher, infinite power, healing our people. So we learn through music first, whether it's our ABCs. First, they taught us Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, and then remixed the same beat to the ABCs. So this is how they teach us first. Music has always been a tool to teach and program us. So I'm just trying to bring the right message that, hey, if I did it, you can do it too. You know, rags to riches, really.
Absolutely. All right, so the song Barz, we know it clearly samples Dead Wrong by Biggie-Smallz. I want to say you guys have some big kahunas to go ahead and tackle this track. And you guys rightfully did, man. I lost my mind, right? When I played it last week, I was like, ain't no way.
Yeah, you told me to get it released, man, and it happened. Yeah. So we released it really on your show.
Wow. Man, you inspired me to like jump back in the booth, and I haven't dusted my mic off in like 20 years or so. That's how strong those bars were.
I appreciate that, man.
For sure. Now, we know this is a bold move for any artist to make because of not only Biggie-Smallz' contribution, but the monster that is Eminem bodied it as well, and Busta too. So, Don, with you first, man, what was the inspiration behind this decision to use this particular track?
I was actually in the studio, and I wasn't thinking about anything you just said because I probably wouldn't have hopped on it thinking that, you know, for real, to be honest with you, because that is a bold move. But Fresco had brought it up, and then when he was working on the beat, I said, man, I got something. I'm writing on it while he's working on the beat. He said he's been working on it, he's finishing it up. I said, I got something. He was like, spit it. You know, and he kept making me rap it until I had it down in one take, and then he put me in the booth.
Yep.
All right,
yeah, I was sipping on Tito's too, so you know, I was in a different realm.
All All right. So, same question to you, Fresco. Your verse, man, you killed it, hands down. What was the thought process going into this thing?
It really wasn't. My thought process when working with Don, the artist, is to really let him flourish by being him. I had started making the beat prior to him being here, probably like a couple weeks before, and you know, I had him rap a couple bars, and he started rapping, and I pulled up the beat. It was unfinished, and I just had to keep rapping it, and as he kept rapping it, I finished the beat, and like he said, by the time I pushed record, he took the verse, like just in one take.
Wow.
So I'm like, cool. So we just kind of did it, and I don't write, so when I got on there, by that time he didn't drink 30 shots of Tito's, and he hit his, you know, his little blunt and all that. So he just was sitting, and I literally what it took. It did my verse in what, a minute, 2 minutes.
The man writes in his head. I don't know what he does, man. It's,
wow.
Like I done seen it. Listen, I done seen a lot of artists try this, and it doesn't make sense. A lot of different. They'll even ask you what they just said. What was that? What I just say? Man, he's a pro. He's a professional. Man, it's night magic, really.
But I moved off of Don. You know, Don's motivation. Like he motivated me to, you know, want to get on the track, because I was working. You know, I wanted to do some stuff for him, so I really didn't plan on being on the record. Because he did the verse, we did the hook. You know, I helped him with the hook. And I was like, man, he was like, yo, just throw a verse on there. I'm like, cool, you know, because I liked it. I think it's something that reminds me of the impact that, I don't know if you guys remember when French Montana came out with the sponsor.
Yeah.
Shawty won the sponsor. That's what don-kilam as an artist reminds me of. Like that, like it was just like, no, we didn't hear. We from St. Louis. We didn't hear no French Montana unless you was watching the Coke Boys DVD, which I wasn't, you know, responsible the first time I ever heard her. And you know, he was dope. So it's kind of like that's what Don gives me. So it makes me want to give him more, you know, give him more to work with. So I think even tackling, like, go back what you said, the Dead Wrong sample. I didn't even look at it like that, bro. I know a lot of people have done it. I just felt like we was just doing us on a beat. You know, we just did us, and thankfully people, you know, seem to dig it.
Absolutely. All right. So you both come from different backgrounds in the music industry. How did you guys find common ground?
I don't know.
What do you mean by common ground?
Say that again?
What do you mean by common ground?
I mean, Don comes from like the author underground artist. You come from the industry side of things, especially working with.
That's the thing. No, I come from the underground.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I come from. And I think that's probably one of the reasons we did connect the way we did.
Me growing up as a teenager, I'm gonna take it back to, you know, I ain't not trying to do too many years and nothing like that, but me just growing up in high school, he had a huge hit in the St. Louis area, and that's when I caught wind. His name was Jenna. That's when I caught wind of him, and to me it was the dopest thing out there. Like, I never forgot it. I'm still inspired by it to this day. I still talk about this song.
to talk about what he's talking about, I had a #1 song, and I'm teenager still. Like, it's a song called Dope Boy Fresh, and it went #1 here in St. Louis, but I was under the name of Jenna. And so when I say I started underground, it was underground because before that I was underground. You know what I'm saying? And I've been doing this rap stuff. I've been selling CDs out the trunk and all of that. So this industry stuff has never fazed me to be where I'm at, because I know I'm not where I want to be. So until I get to where I strive to be, it ain't gonna stop me.
Yes,
but that's why I feel like me and Don meet on common ground, because we both are resentful when it comes to, like, we're gonna make it or else.
Right. What really made me admire this man was just how, you know, there's no man left behind when it comes to his squad and his team. It's real unity. And you don't see that a lot, really hardly at all in St. Louis. And basically, like, you can't even sell out shows unless you got a squad together. Like, can't nobody just put a show together in St. Louis and people will show up. But St. Louis is not a music city. This is how I look at it, my opinion. So, you know, every time I'm showing up with Fresco, like, he draws a crowd. Mm-hmm. Like, they called this man. The mayor called him. Shit. So, like, to me, that's major. So, no, regardless where you at, because you got to start at home. St. Louis wouldn't even recognize me, I believe, not like it does now if it wasn't for Fresco Kane. So I applaud that and I salute that, most definitely.
Yeah, so you mentioned that the city has to love you first. Man, in my experience, and I'm from Jackson, Mississippi, it's been the opposite. It's like the community want to accept you. Well, I don't say this for every artist, but from the artist that doesn't really come from a neighborhood that really supports them, it's that way. They have to go outside of the city, outside of the state to get some recognition before the neighborhoods and community recognize.
I mean, that's how I was.
Yeah.
Well, in this situation, I'm from East St. Louis. You ever heard of East St. Louis?
Oh, yeah.
That's where I'm from. See, it's not necessarily technically St. Louis. So for me to get to St. Louis, I had to scrap through East St. Louis. Then I had to scrap through St. Louis to be where I'm at. So when it comes to city accepting you, I was accepted outside first for the most part. You know what I'm saying? But I understand what you're saying with Mississippi. It's kind of the same thing. You know, nobody wants to show support until everybody else falls in line. And I feel like that's 70% true. You know what I'm saying? So, but no, yeah, that's just the truth. I had to scrap to get to where I'm at because the support wasn't there.
Yeah. Do you have any advice for any artist that feels like that, like they are just outside of the circle? Because we have our certain circles within the city where, you know, the whole neighborhood comes out for this artist. Or, you know, there's so much support from businesses, small businesses, just the local scenes are bubbling. What about an artist that's on the outside, even though they belong to the city, they just on the outside and can't get the same love? What do you suggest?
I'm gonna tell the artist this: if you're coming up, left is always best. Meaning, you're gonna stand out more. You remember that kid that used to put his right shoe on the left foot and people used to laugh at him because he had his shoes on wrong? Right? But in the rap game, that's acceptable because you ain't like the other people. Everybody else wearing the same Jordans that come out the same day. Wear some Vans. Wear some Pumas. Be different. Be you. And I think that's what keeps me standing out the way I do because I don't really care. I'll change my hair every year. It doesn't matter to me. I'm just myself. I do what I feel. I don't try to blend in with the crowd. And I feel like that's the same thing with Don. He just don't blend in, even if he tried, because he looks like it. So, which is cool. And I think that's unique about Don. You know, he's very, eclectic. You know, people don't know what to expect when they see him. So I think that's what drew me to him, and to find out that he rapped and he was dope. I'm like, cool, man, let's get some money. You know?
Absolutely. All right, guys, we're about to play this hit. It's called Barz, Fresco Kane, don-kilam. We'll be right back. Stay tuned. Oh, I forgot to mention, we'll be back to put them in our traditional hot seat. That's where they get to perform for us, whether that's freestyling, rapping, singing, poetry, telling a joke, telling a story from their life, or playing an instrument, or they don't have to do anything at all. It's their choice. But for right now, here it is, Barz. Stay tuned.
In the building with the 6 go on the east side with it. It's your boy don-kilam. We on that money shit. You already know I'm a killer. Let's go. Calling up Fresco, blowing on medical. If you want some more, holla at Metro. I think outside the box flows 3-dimensional. Strip the game with the single so collectible. Ladies bars down, hip hop correctional. Got your city riding with me cause they know I'm the GOAT. Got the block screaming, I knew that It's masses that I own. Bad boys for life, making band shine combs. Circulating full circle like I'm pushing 5 stones. Barz, nigga, I'm on Mars, nigga. Sell a move, bitch, you with a star, nigga. Blowing big pounds, shrinking hard, look. If that boy ain't getting money, I don't know that, nigga. Barz, nigga, I'm on Mars, nigga. Sell a move, bitch, you with a star, nigga. Blowing big pounds, shrinking hard, look. If that boy ain't getting money, I don't know that, nigga.
Took out the braids and I switched to the dreads. They got these bitches super wet as if they pissed in the bed. They see the diamonds go retarded like they in special ed. I really was a starving artist eating sugar on bread. But shit changed, I done came up. It's 5-star everything. I never switched my lane up, and now I'm getting everything. Guppy, these bitches love me, they suck me in public. And they TL up in Publix, had an orgy with 2 cousins. My name ain't giant, but I'm legendary. See these diamonds, they canary. Same color as my new bitch, yellow like Holly Berry. Yeah, it's scary for you bootlegging rappers. You add up, I'ma kill it, gang. We got more cheese than a package. That's why newspapers attack us, as if we move in a package. You get a meal, you take it all. Me, I divide mine in fractions. Cause ain't no I in team, nigga. But I've been running shit for real. That's since my first name was Jenna. Suggest you pop a pill and chill, straight up.
Barz, nigga, I'm on Mars, nigga. Sell a move, bitch, you with a star, nigga. Blowing big pounds, shrinking hard, look. If that boy ain't getting money, I don't know that, nigga. Barz, nigga, I'm on Mars, nigga. Sell a move, bitch, you with a star, nigga. Blowing big pounds, shrinking hard, look. If that boy ain't getting money, I don't know that, nigga.
Rotella Resale, your premier collectibles, toys, and novelty retailer. Find the best and hard-to-find die-cast vehicles and action figures. Some of the most popular vinyl LPs, Zippo lighters, and comics. Support the best artists with our rock t-shirts and posters. You will find so much more at rotellaresale.com with free shipping on U.S. orders. Use promo code RADIO for 10% off your order. Visit rotellaresale.com. That is ROTELLARESALE.com.
All right. Woo, man, every time I listen to that, it's fire, it's dope. All right. Let's go ahead and bring the fellas back. Welcome back, guys. You're live with us and in our hot seat. What are you going to perform for us?
Let's go. I got you, man. I got a poem called Long Night in Heaven.
All right.
You ready?
Yes, sir.
It was a long night in heaven. I'm telling the truth. Faced with self and the angel of truth. In order to grow strong, it starts at the roots. I had a dream I went to heaven. Awoke in the booth, looking around. In just mere confusion. Then it dawned on me. My collusion. This my rebirth. Due date transfusions. Forced to be reckoned with, create my own illusions. To the non-believers, I'm a make-a believer. I'm Rap's Messiah. Chills, no fever. Took the game and ran with it, golden retriever. Wisdom knocked at the door. I was the first to go greet her. Pen in my hand, I create this book. As I checkmate the kings with a pawn and a rook. I paint my picture vivid, just take you a look. It was a long night in heaven. Shepherd's Crook.
All right. That's what's up. All right. Fresco, you sitting out?
I don't know. Let me think, man. I got something I wrote when I was 16.
All right, we'll take it.
I got more bars than LL did back in the day. Riding around with a stallion while smoking on hay. Every time I leave the stage, they always beg me to stay. And if a nigga hate that, he could get JFK. Don't let the light voice fool you. No, this ain't no commercial. Other rappers get dissed like Lord did Steve Urkel. I came from the Midwest. banged in the Midwest. Only hitting chickens with fat asses and thick breasts. This kid is so great. You gotta love me. I done ate the whole rap game up and I'm still hungry. What else can I say? I'm headed straight to the top. About to blow the hell up like movies did for The Rock. I produce and I rap too. Just like all of the other rappers, I'm an act too. I get stupid on the mic like a teen in the LD class. Always first, never coming in last. I wrote that shit when I was 16.
That shit hard.
So you've been on fire. You've been serious with the pen game, man.
Nah, man, that's old.
Still though, 16.
Yeah,
that shit hard.
But
Yeah,
that's
it's
the thing,
hard for
like,
a 16-year-old.
Hey, look, a little food for thought, guys. Right? I done been on DJ NVK Slay. You know they do the freestyle stuff, right?
Right.
And every time I'm asked to freestyle, I never remember a rap. So I literally have to freestyle for real. But that's literally the only rap that I can ever remember in my life.
Man, well, it's dope.
I don't remember no new shit, nothing that I've done yesterday. I don't remember it. I just remember that rap.
That's crazy. Yo, you got crazy flow, man.
Love, baby. I appreciate you.
Absolutely. So, don-kilam, man, as an artist who has been taunted as the next one to watch out for, how do you handle the pressure and expectations to follow up, especially at the bars?
Man, I'm not even worried about it. I got royalty checks.
Don. We got something else coming. Nope, Don, we got something else dropping.
Hey, yeah, I mean, we got...
Bad.
Yeah, we got She Bad. We got some other stuff in the vault still, man. Like, people don't even know. This is old music just being released, man. We did this last year.
Old to us, new to y'all.
It just felt dope, man. When we get in the studio, we get to work. We hang out. Then when we get in the studio, we actually work. So, like, the studio ain't for play.
Everybody knows Don. He be on jets and stuff, so he too busy for the average show.
Hey, you can bring the studio on the jet, man. Come on, let's get it.
We can do that. We can try that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, what's next for both of you guys?
Well, I think this is me, Fresco, talking. I think what's next for both of us is all we've really been talking about, the conversations being broken, having for the past month or so, is just this elevation. And that's elevation in any way, shape, or form. Just speaking positivity into the existence, and just being great amongst oneself and letting everything align. So by the time me and Don do connect, he come back to St. Louis, or I come to where he at. We'll be ready to just make the best music we can ever make, and do the best thing, do the best business, and do the best work we can ever do. And I think that's what I can say for me and him both,
No doubt. Be looking out. Well, I am working on a movie. That's set to be. We're gonna be working on that this fall, going into the winter. I'm looking to incorporate Fresco in that and help me with that soundtrack, and that's major for me. So, and then I got some other endeavors on the way, online magazines and things of that nature. There's also, I'm incorporating Fresco in his label. So, I mean, the man's connected. So it feels great to be able to have Fresco not only as a friend but a business partner. So he keeps me envisioning, because where the people lack a vision, they perish. So I continue to have a vision for myself being around Fresco. So that's a great connection to have.
Absolutely, I totally agree with that. All right, gentlemen, where can people connect with you online?
Go ahead, Don.
I'm on Instagram is DON_KILAM, DON_KILAM. Now, on all the music platforms, it is 2 L's in Kalam, DONKILLAM. You cannot get to the M's without the L's.
And for me, Fresco Kane, y'all can hit me up. Everything at Fresco Kane. That's FRESCOKANE. That's the Twitter, Instagram. Well, do they even got Twitter? I mean, that's the X. That bullshit. What the fuck is that, y'all?
Yeah, man. I feel the same.
So, okay, question. Threads or X?
I haven't used Threads yet.
Threads is weird right now because it's just like they kind of forced everybody to get it. So we kind of got it, and don't nobody really know what's going on. So we just, it's weird.
That's the only reason I haven't signed in yet. I don't know. I don't know about it.
Instagram gets me the most papers, so I'm rocking with IG.
Shout out to IG.
Shout out to Instagram and YouTube.
And shout out to that new single Barz. Hashtag
Shout out to Barz, yes. And shout out to Dini, iHeartRadio.
Yeah, shout out to Dini for sure. We appreciate
you guys. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're going to keep bumping it. All right, fellas, you have a great night. We'll be catching y'all in the future. Can't wait to see the next one.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you. Peace and love.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, guys, take care.
You too.
Peace.
On Saturday, September 9th, see live pro wrestling when Pennsylvania. On Saturday, September 9th, see live pro wrestling when Pennsylvania's premier wrestling organization, Rise, comes to the Uniontown Mall. With a 7 p.m. bell time, witness the bone-jarring, back-breaking, in-your-face action closer than ever before. Experience the action. Meet your favorite wrestlers. Don't miss the opportunity to say you were there. Tickets can be purchased at the door and through risewrestling.com. That's R-Y-S-E wrestling.com. For more information, follow Rise Wrestling on X, Instagram, Facebook, and all your favorite social media outlets. See Rise Wrestling, September 9th, 7 p.m. at the Uniontown Mall. Rise Wrestling, September 9th, 7 p.m. at the Uniontown Mall.
Thank you, my Vigilantes family, as always, for checking out my podcast over here at Vigilantes Radio Live. All episodes are available for free download, and you can grab it from either Spreaker.com/only1media group, Spotify, Castbox, iHeartRadio, iTunes, YouTube, the app Podcast Addict, or over at our website, which again is only1mediagroup.com, and that goes for every single show that we've ever aired. If you like to request music or send something for me to play, email it to vradio@only1mediagroup.com. That is V as in Victor. And here's my disclaimer: we are genre free, we do not judge, and we absolutely do not base our opinions on hearsay but facts alone. And actually, scratch all of that, because all of my opinions are always right. That's the bottom line. This is my show, so deal with it. Just kidding. On behalf of myself, Denny, I appreciate all you guys for tuning in, either afterwards or live with us. Spread the word, because sharing is caring. We stepped up our game just for you guys and our guests to make sure that you have the best experience here on our show. Be sure to connect with me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, Snapchat, TikTok, at all social media sites, as well as Spreaker, YouTube. We always follow back. Okay, well, just remember to put yourself into everything that you do and never stop investing in yourself. Peace, love, grilled cheese, and talk with you later.
You are now listening to Vigilantes Radio, the people's choice for quality interviews, art, music, and hot topics. Hosted by Demetrius Whodini-Blak Reynolds of the duo No Longer the Hero. All episodes of this podcast are available for free download at www.onlyonemediagroup.com. This is a Seventh Sign Regime Rebirth Worldwide Syndicate exclusive.